And now to what looks like the biggest backflip yet from the Morrison government, just today. The National Broadband Network, the Rudd Labor government's plan for high-speed internet access for every home, provided by the government. And that is what made me sceptical. And indeed, $51 billion it's cost at least. I bet you it's plus, plus, plus. For years, the Liberals fought this plan. They called it a waste. They called it over-engineered, a white elephant. In fact, then came Liberal Communications Minister Malcolm Turnbull with a plan to slash the NBN right back. High-speed fibre cables to your home, out. In came fibre to a node that serviced all the street. And then for the last bit to your home, old-fashioned copper cables to cut costs. But now the Morrison government says it's going to spend $4.5 billion upgrading exactly that plan. It'll now run fibre past every home, and if you want it, to your home. But this wasn't a backflip, it said.
Labor's plan, by contrast, was to build fibre everywhere, well before people actually needed it or were willing to pay for it.
Now, joining me is the man who first came up with the old Labor plan, former Labor Communications Minister, Steve Conroy. Steve, are you pleased with this decision?
Well, look, it's great to see that the government have now finally seen the sense of future-proofing Australia's telecommunications network. I mean, if the pandemic has proved nothing else, it's the need to have a reliable, ultra-fast connection to your home. What the great tragedy is that because of Malcolm Turnbull's vanity, we've wasted over $20 billion of taxpayers' money in getting to this point. He was given all the advice by the department, by every expert. Everybody around the world told him fibre to the home was the future. But Malcolm Turnbull called it gold-plated, the white elephant. He said it wasn't needed. I mean, he famously said that Australian families would only need speeds of up to 25 meg by 2020. Well, welcome to 2020. And the government themselves have now said 75% of people are ordering a faster service than that. So it is great to see this government accept what a complete botch it's made of it. And a lot of people spent a lot of time working on it. To see them vindicated today is a great thing. I mean, Mike Quigley copped a lot of criticism, the board of NBN at the time, Siobhan McKenna, the chair, they all copped enormous abuse from Malcolm Turnbull because they said, this is the truth, these are the numbers, and this is our recommendation.
$20 billion down the toilet, that makes me a bit sick. The government says that if we'd actually gone with fibre to the home from the start, which was your plan, the NBN would still not be finished. Does it have a point there?
Well, their own plan they've released today won't be completed until 2024. So to reach the same stage that we would have reached by next year is going to take them till 2024. And even then, they won't actually have finished it. They'll just have the ability for you to order it if you want past the front door. So, look, you just can't believe the excuses they've made for this backflip there. They've rehashed it, excuses from 7 years ago that didn't fly 7 years ago, but in the light of the growth in demand. I mean, Paul Fletcher said, these are what the demand for download speeds are now. And so much data is being downloaded. Oh, my God, if only somebody could have actually pointed out what the forecasts were, which, every major internet company around the world were pointing to. Steve Wozniak from Apple, the founder of Apple, came to Australia and said, I want to move to Australia because of the National Broadband Network. So you couldn't have got higher endorsements from the tech experts around the world for what we were trying to do.
Well, you did try to warn me. I should have listened harder. And if you're right that it is a waste of $20 billion. $20
billion, Andrew, they've wasted.
That is...
to get to the same point.
Well, what can I say? How much we need that money right now.